सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। First, I'll give the introduction to the third chapter. The third chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called Karma Yoga. This chapter begins with that Arjuna's question based on the previous teaching. That is second chapter called Sankhya Yoga. All of us know that the whole teaching is in the form of dialogue between the teacher and the student. Here Lord Krishna is the teacher, Arjuna is the student. So Arjuna is asking the question, Lord Krishna is giving the answer. We have to understand, keeping Arjuna in front, Lord Krishna answering the whole humanity. Arjuna's question is not only Arjuna's question. The same question will arise in our minds also. The same question will arise in the people's mind. Therefore, we are all Arjunas like. Questions regarding many subjects, many areas, many topics we do not know. So therefore, when we are listening to Bhagavad Gita, when we are listening to Arjuna's question, we have to keep ourselves in Arjuna's place as a students. So when the teacher is talking, she is talking to me alone. Every student has to feel. Then only it is very relevant. Naturally happens that it is. Otherwise, how do I know? Many students come and tell, Swamini, you are answering all our questions. I am not answering. Lord Krishna only answering. Same human problem he is addressing. Therefore, when we deal the topic as though Swamini is answering that questions. That's true, but the same teaching coming through my mouth, that's all. So let us have this understanding. When I am sitting in the class, when I am listening to the subject of Bhagavad Gita, what am I going to get here exactly? What benefit I am going to derive? Coming in the cyclone climate also with so much difficulty, what am I going to get? Lord Krishna said in the second chapter, Nanu shochanti panditaha. One statement he did. Panditaha, wise people, never grieve. Na anushochanti panditaha. Hey Arjuna, wise people never grieve. That means what? Wise means wisdom. Wise people, those who are having wisdom. Wisdom means knowledge. Knowledge means jnanam. Whoever has got jnanam, knowledge about the self, they will never have a sorrow. Never have sorrow. Whoever has got knowledge, they will never have sorrow. Na anushochanti, they will never grieve. What is the next corollary? Whoever is not having the knowledge, they will grieve. It is the idea. So, ajnanat dukkham, jnanat sukham. Ajnanat dukkham. Because of self-ignorance, there is sorrow. Ajnanat, because of self-ignorance, there is sorrow. Since Lord Krishna said wise people never grieve, that means jnanat sukham. Dukkha rahitam is what? Sukham. Ananda. So therefore, naturally Arjuna is interested in sukham. Therefore, what is next corollary? He is naturally will be interested in knowledge. Jnanam. So that interest towards that self-knowledge will lead to what? I want to get knowledge. Naturally. Because I want to be free from sorrow. Sorrow is caused by self-ignorance. Therefore, let me be free from ignorance. Therefore, I want to get knowledge. For that, Lord Krishna has given what is knowledge, what is self-knowledge, Atma Jnanam. He has elaborately explained in the second chapter. How to understand? Since Arjuna wants that happiness, sukham, that sukham is possible only by self-knowledge. Therefore, we also want sukham. We also want to be free from sorrow. Therefore, what we have to do? We have to get self-knowledge. So, self-knowledge, how it will come? Only by studying scriptures, self-knowledge will take place. Therefore, to get self-knowledge, you have to study scripture. To study scriptures, what I have to do? Go to the teacher who will teach properly to remove my sorrow. Properly I have to study. That is also a condition. Consistent, systematic study of Vedantic scriptures under a competent, alive Guru. Then only you will be free from sorrow. This decision when can you take? When you have viveka, some discrimination, some viveka. I want to be free from sorrow. So therefore, this it's not a blind belief. Studying scriptures is not a blind belief. It is a matter of understanding. It is not given by any preaching, but it is a teaching. It is a teaching, not preaching. It is not an advice. You believe this, you have a faith is an advice. But you are that Atma Swarupam who is free from sorrow is a fact. It is a knowledge. You are that Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupa Atma you are is a matter of understanding. It is not a matter of belief. It is not a matter of faith. When there is a belief, a faith topic comes, only preaching is okay, advice is okay. But whereas, when that is a matter of understanding, preaching advice will not work. Teaching alone will work. I will get self-knowledge by intuition, and people say, you will never get self-knowledge by intuition. You get confusion. How you get self-knowledge? Not intuition, but intuition. Intuition. This is a tuition class. It's not a discourse. It is a tuition class. We address the audience who are all very systematically, regularly, sincerely committed to this pursuit of self-knowledge. These classes are not meant for just like public haywire listening. So try to understand, this Bhagavan's teaching is meant for my sake. Okay, Arjuna is a mediator here, just keeping as a mediator, that's all. This teaching is for my sake. The student should think like this, first thing. If it is there, that thought is there, this teaching will work 100%. 100% it will work. It will give its benefits totally, completely. If not, suppose the student is not having this background. What background? From past 10 minutes, what am I talking? This background is not there. That student cannot draw the 100% benefit. So keeping the students in the mind, the teacher has to guide in this manner. That's my responsibility to give the full benefit to you. To get full benefit, what you have to acquire or what type of mind you have to maintain while listening. To get full benefit, it is my responsibility to make the student, to equip the mind to draw the full benefit. See the relation here. Guru, student, Shishya relation is this way. The teacher must be interested in giving the 100% benefit to the student. The student, what way he will get the benefit? 100%, 100% full benefit. இப்படி இருந்தால் இப்படி பெனிஃபிட் கிடைக்கும். டீச்சர் சொல்லணும். அப்புறம் அவன் இருக்க இல்லையா அது வேற விஷயம். But the teacher has to say. Now, this is teaching is for whose sake? For my sake. Every one of us we have to say, for my sake. For my betterment, for my better living, happy life, shanti. Peace of mind, shanti, tranquility, calmness, serenity, I can feel in my life. For that purpose I am coming to the Gita class. So what is the difference between teaching and preaching? That also we should know. Why not this is preaching, why it is teaching? For example, suppose the teacher it says, Satyam Vada. Speak truth. Casually when I am giving a lecture, suppose I say, Satyam Vada, all of you speak truth. It is preaching. It is preaching. Or an advice. All of you speak truth. That's all, over. And I'll go to the next topic, Kada. Start off. But in teaching, the teacher says, what do you mean by speaking truth? What is that value? The speaking truth is a value. What do you mean by value? If I speak that truth, if I follow that value, what benefit am I going to get? The teacher will explain. If I follow that value, what benefit I am going to get? That also the teacher will teach. If that value is not followed, what are all disadvantages? That also the teacher will say. What are the consequences if he or she does not follow the value speaking truth? The teacher will teach. And the teacher says the value is a value when the value is valued by you. Value is not hanging somewhere. It is a value you have to follow. When you follow that value, it gets value. So you are valuing the value. Then only it is called value. A value is a value when the value of the value is valued by you. Therefore, this is called teaching. I should not do to others what I don't like others to do to me. If I teach, this is called teaching. That means what? Teaching always takes time. Preaching will never take time, but teaching will take a lot of time. It consumes a tremendous time-consuming process is called teaching. How long it will take in a question ever? Once you are listening, decades will go. 10 years, 20 years, you will not know how the years are going. Because you are absorbed, you have absorbed in the teaching. And you are growing, you are absorbing in the teaching and you are growing. More inner maturity is coming, more and more internal growth is taking place, and you forget the time, days, years, months and all you forget. And you see the final product, your mental tranquility. Go on, teacher is talking, you are listening. Teacher is talking, you are listening. What is happening? I don't know. Something I am feeling, relax. This should happen spontaneously. That student will forget the whole world. This is called teaching. Very, very difficult. For this time-consuming process, the teaching brings the transformation in one's life. The teacher has to dedicate, that student has to dedicate for this transformation. Worth to spend time, to take effort. This you and I are not doing. Lord Krishna did, Arjuna did. Otherwise 18 chapters need not take place there. It's not necessary at all. Clear? Why 18 chapters, 750 slokas தேவையா? பகவான் கிருஷ்ணருக்கு தேவையா நான் கேட்கிறேன். அவர் சொல்லணுமா? கிருஷ்ணருக்கு கண்டசோஷம் எதுக்கு? அவருக்கு எவ்வளவு லீலா இருக்கு, சக்தி இருக்கு. He is having lot of powers. Arjuna, I will put like this hand, you will get knowledge. And you will be free from sorrow. பண்ணலாமே. How many times he did like this? He gave so many things to so many people by just showing Abhaya Hastam. Why did Krishna why didn't he use this type method? Think. In the battlefield, Arjuna go on asking the question, Lord Krishna is giving answer. Knowledge will take place only by dialogue, not by Abhaya Hastam. Try to understand. I am busy, Swami, I am so hurried. So what can I do? All the best next birth. Make yourself convenient, available, have time and attend the class and listen, get the benefit. No other way. If it is there, teachers kedukku kanta sosha. If any other shortcut method is there, teacher கஷ்டப்பட வேண்டாம், ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டும் கஷ்டப்பட வேண்டாம். நீங்க வீட்டில் உட்காரலாம், நானும் வீட்டில் உட்கார்றேன். ஜஸ்ட் டெலிபதி மாதிரி. அப்படியே I can send the knowledge. நான் இதுக்கு கஷ்டப்பட்டு வரணும், தூக்கிட்டு பேக் எல்லாம் why you have to come all the way? Because Shastra knows there is no other way. Teacher has to teach, the student has to listen for a length of time. So therefore Arjuna's question will again start. He has given the whole teaching. What? Jnanat sukham, ajnanat dukkham. Teaching is over, foundation of Vedanta is over. And in the middle of the second chapter, Lord Krishna highlighted this karma yoga. Karmanyev adhikaraste maphaleshu kadachana. You do karma, do your karma. Never have any expectation, do nishkama karma ani sollitar. Therefore you fight, Arjuna. So Arjuna has got confused. What Bhagavan said? About Atma Jnanam, he said, by getting Jnanam you will be free from sorrow. This shoka will go away. This moha will go away. If you get Atma Jnanam, therefore do your duty, fight now, get up now. What is this? What is this? You are that Atman. Nobody is killing you. You are not killing anyone. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire ani solli, therefore you fight now. Arjuna illa namakku confusion kuda varum. Even we also will get confused. So one side Lord Krishna, no, blowing hot and cold madri. The hot avum irukonu, cold avum irukonu. Ice cream, hot ice cream engavathu irukuma? Like that, Lord Krishna's words are appearing to Arjuna's mind. One side you are telling that Jnanam is the highest knowledge, that is the ultimate goal of human life, you have said, and you are asking me to do this action again. This action, that is not ordinary action. ஏதோ சும்மா ஷாப்பு போய் கடையை போய் இது வாங்கிட்டு அது வாங்கிட்டு வேணா பண்ணிடுவேன். But what type of action you are asking? To do this battle, no? Fighting in the battle. Therefore, he is going to ask the question. What is that question? It comes in the first shloka. We will read. Atha tritiyoऽധ്യായः Arjuna uvacha Jayasi chet karmanaste Mata buddhir janardana Tat kim karmani ghore mam Niyojayasi Keshava. Arjuna uvacha. Arjuna asked. What he asked? He addressed Lord Krishna in the first line. Hey Janardana. Hey Janardana means what? Sarvaihi janaihi ardyate iti Janardana. Sarvaihi janaihi means by all people. Ardyate yachyate iti. By all people, the one who is worshipped by all people. Prayed by now all people. Yachyate, oh Bhagavan, give this. And people are asking. No? Yachyate means asking, requesting the Lord, please give me this. And whom they are asking? They will ask Bhagavan only. That's why you are the giver of those things which are desired by the people. through their prayers. Therefore, this is called Janardana. Why that word Janardana has come, you understand now? Janardana. Na, prayer, whoever something come and ask help, we have to give. Prayer Janardan, nothing he will give. That's why people ask only the Lord, Hey Janardana. That means what? Arjuna, keeping in mind, you are the one who, whatever people ask, you are the giver of that. What I have asked you, Shreyas. In the second chapter itself, I asked, what is Shreyas for me? Nishchitam bruhi. Yat Shreyas Nishchitam bruhi. I have asked in the second chapter. You have to give that because I have asked you, because you are Janardana. That is the meaning. One commentator writes, since you are Janardana, therefore you have to give me what I am asking. What I have asked you already. Shreyas, which is the best auspicious, you have to give to me. What you have said, you see the first line, Hey Janardana, buddhihi karmanaha jayasi chet te mata. Buddhihi means here knowledge, self-knowledge. Sankhya Yoga, what he has given, that self-knowledge. That Sankhya Yoga, Buddhihi. Why it is called Buddhihi? Buddhi and intellect. Here Buddhi means Buddha Dhatu, verb. Buddh means knowledge, to know. Buddha means to know. And the ti suffix will come. Buddha plus ti. It will become tapratyaya cholluva. It will become buddhi. Buddhi means here it's knowledge. Buddha means to know. That takara tells the suffix, conveys its object of knowledge. What you know is called buddhihi, that is knowledge. What you get is knowledge. That knowledge is called buddhihi here. That's why you don't think, henge gnanavanu sollave illaya, buddhini dane sonnaru avaranni. Buddhi means, buddhi yoga means here in this chapter, here jnana yoga ityarthaha. Not all places. Wherever I say, wherever the Acharya says buddhi is equal to jnana yoga, navare cholluvar. Everywhere you should not apply like that. Here buddhi means jnana yoga. With seeing the context, buddhi, that jnanam, atma jnanam, self-knowledge. Karmanaha jayasi, superior to action. Karmanaha, than action. Or superior to, jayasi means better than action. Knowledge is better than action, superior to action. If it is your contention, if it is your opinion, te mata, if jayasi chet, if it is your opinion, what? Self-knowledge is superior than action. If it is your opinion, buddhihi karmanaha jayasi chet, te mata, mata means opinion, man, to think. Mata, if it is your opinion, if it is your thought, mata, then, this is the question, then, tat kim ghore karmani mam niyojesi, Keshava, again Keshava. Keshava means Lord Krishna. Why is it called Keshava? There are two meanings. The one who destroyed the Keshi Rakshasa. Therefore he is called Keshava. This is one meaning. The second meaning is kascha, kaha, and ishascha. Kascha, ishascha. Kascha means Brahmaji. Ishascha means the Shiva, the Lord. Vaha means possessor. The Lord Vishnu is the one who possesses Lord Brahma and Shiva in him. He is called Keshava. Keshava. Keshavaha. Okay? The possessor. The one who possesses. One who is endowed with. Vaha means Brahmaji and Shiva. So the Vishnu, Lord Krishna is called Vishnu here. So Keshava. These are all derivations, meanings, many come. What Arjuna asked, Kim ghore karmani mam niyojasi. Kim, why? That then means if it is your contention, if it is your opinion, if it is your thought, if you consider that knowledge is superior than action, then அப்படி இருக்கும்போது ஏன் இப்படி கிம் why ghore karmani, ghore means cruel action, killing the people, fighting in the battlefield, bloodshed. This type of action is called ghora karma. Himsa is involved in that karma. Lot of ayasam, lot of stress, anxiety, worry is there in that. That's why it is called ghora karma. Killing my own kith and kin is called ghora karma only. It's not an ordinary action. Okay. So here Arjuna is facing a trivial condition. Really, such a type of condition no one should get in their life. So Guru is standing in front, Tata is standing in front with bow and arrows, not with flowers. That's what Arjuna said. I have to put flowers on their feet. They are all worshipped, adorable people, noble people. How can I leave arrows upon them? It is really painful to my heart. I cannot withstand, Arjuna said. What Lord Krishna said? No, nothing doing. Even though they are adorable, noble people, first because of one reason they are in adharmic side, they are fighting. Therefore you have to kill. Ghora karma. It looks as though ghora karma, but it is dharma yuddha. From Arjuna's angle it is ghora karma. From Krishna's angle it is dharma yuddha. So it is auspicious action. Therefore whenever you see, therefore Arjuna's mind it is there. Ghora karma he is thinking. That's why he is asking. Ghore karmani, in this cruel himsatmakam, violent action, where violence is involved in this action, niyojayasi, you are asking me to do that. Yudhyasva, uttishta, get up, fight. How many times Bhagavan said? Niyojayasena. You are engaging me, you are asking me, you are ordering me to fight in this yuddha, in this ghora yuddha. Why? If knowledge is superior, why you are asking me to fight in this battlefield which is ghora karma? Kimartham? I am not able to understand. Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardhana tat kim ghore karmani mam niyojayasi. Why you are asking me to do this karma? எனக்கு புரியவே புரியலையே. Arjuna is confused. That's why we'll also ask many times, Bhagavan, why you are keeping me in this condition? இதுக்கு வழியே இல்லையா, எனக்கு விருப்பம் இல்லை அப்ப பண்றதுக்கு. Sometimes we have to do certain actions. Bhagavan says it's your duty, do. And very difficult to, Then again he asks, next shloka, second shloka. Vyamishrenev vakyena बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम्. First point, based on wrong understanding, Arjuna asking a wrong question. The question is wrong. Why we ask wrong questions? Wrong understanding. When we are not able to understand properly, we understood in a wrong way. So therefore what will happen? When wrong understanding leads to wrong question. So therefore he is asking that wrong question. That's what I said in the beginning itself. Understanding is important. Bhagavan, etra shloka? Nearly 70 shlokas. No? Okay, 60 shlokas, 11 onwards up to last shloka. I will elaborate the biggest chapter in Bhagavad Gita. He explained, Arjuna is not able to understand properly. What to talk of ordinary people? That's why many people look at so we have to understand that Arjuna's situation there. Right understanding is very important. Why I said, that's why teaching taking place. In spite of teaching, there is a possibility of misunderstanding or wrong understanding. Mistaking, what missing to take the thing properly. That is called a mistake. Mistaken is the artham. Why would you do mistaken? You are missing to take. That's why misses is the missing the miss will become misses, Mr. will become mistress. Okay. Madre, they think we have missed something. After marriage, they come to know missed a lot. We have missed our freedom, people say. That's why miss will become misses. Why? Missing a lot in my life. Therefore, she become misses. Here also, Mr. will become mistress. Like that. Here, mistake, missing that proper teaching, somewhere it happens. How it happens, we do not know. Therefore, there is a possibility of wrong understanding. Careful. Never think, I have understood everything. After 10 years, you understand, you have not understood. 10 வருஷம் கழிச்சு எனக்கு புரியலன்னு புரியும். அதே மாதிரி some people, they want to learn music. Okay, they start சா பாசா இருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி சரளி வரிசை, ஜண்ட வரிசை, இந்த இதெல்லாம் பாடுவான், பிள்ளாரி கீதம்லாம் பாடிட்டு, and finally they come to raga geetam or varanam. They come to know we are not fit for music. So by that time come to varnam, it will take 3 years. If you learn properly, systematically. So this person has to give problem to all neighbors by practicing every day. சரிகம பதனிச ஜண்ட வரிசையிலிருந்து எகெயின் சரளி வரிசை, ஜண்ட வரிசை பாடி 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 திருப்பி லாஸ்ட்டுக்கு என்னன்னா விட்டுட்டா மியூசிக்கே. ஏன்னா எனக்கு வராதுன்னு தெரிஞ்சு போச்சுன்னா எப்போ? ஆஃப்டர் 3-4 years. அது மாதிரி some people go on listening, பட் எங்கேயுமோ தடங்கள், புரியுற மாதிரி இருக்கு, புரிய மாட்டேங்கிறதுன்னா ஏன்னா quality mind is not there. Quality mind I have to forget my whole surroundings, my responsibilities, my roles. I have to sit in the class. எத்தனை பேர் உட்காரோம் அப்படி சொல்லுங்க? நிஜமா நமக்கு நம்மவே, if we ask ourselves, am I sitting 1 hour as I am without any role? A person sit like that, years together, knowledge will take place in the class itself. There is no doubt. Manushyanam sahasreshu. Among thousands people. Because namakella pudungalana ange adi problem, idi problem, ange problem. Adella we carry to the class. Oh, Arjuna also keeping the mind. Somehow he asked the wrong question, whatever it may be. He says, but he shows his faith on Guru. He gives the benefit of doubt to the Guru. What? He is not doubting the Lord Krishna. He is saying, Vyamishrena iva Vakyena buddhim mohayasi. Vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasi iva me. Me buddhim. My intellect, my buddhi. Mohayasi iva. As though you are confusing. Iva is important. As though. Not, you are not really confusing. You are not the responsible for my confusion. But my understanding, my intellect, there is something wrong in my intellect understanding. What my intellect is saying, as though Lord Krishna is confusing. That is my present intellect thinking. That's why he says, Me buddhim mohayasi iva. You are deluding my intellect as though, seemingly, you are as though beautiful. You are not beautiful. So you are deluding my intellect as though. That means you are not deluding. Since my intellect is not able to grasp completely what you are talking in your opinion, maybe that is the wrong. In my intellect only, in my understanding only, it appears as though you are confusing. That shows the faith on Lord Krishna. Arjunuடைய faith, நம்பிக்கை. பகவான் தப்பு பேச மாட்டார். My Guru will never go wrong. My Guru never go wrong in his teaching. How can he say wrong? How can he deludes me? Because he has taken, now I am the Sishya here to him. How a Guru can confuse the Sishya? Guru will never confuse Sishya. Guru is there to take care of the Sishya, not to confuse the Sishya. There are some Gurus, Dhanapaharahana. They will apaharingana, Dhana will not take pandra. They confuse the students and confuse it. He is confused, they confuse the people. But a real Guru will never confuse the students. Because real Guru is always focusing on the teaching, how the students are understanding. Is there a possibility of confusion in the student mind? Again, Guru has to again recapitulate everything. It is not like this, you have to think like this, like this. That's why time consuming process I said. நமக்கு எங்க இருக்குது எல்லா டைம் சுவாமினி. இப்போ புஸ்தகம் தெரிஞ்சா நெக்ஸ்ட் வீக் தான். யார் என்ன கேட்ட நமக்கு எதுக்கு? அப்படி இருக்கு நம்ம விஷயம். ஜெனரல், நாட் யூ பீப்புள். People are all so busy, they come once in a while in the class. Papa Swamini நடந்துட்டே இருப்பா, நம்ம போய் உட்காரலாம். அதனால ஸ்டூடெண்ட் should have such a dedication, commitment. இல்லைன்னு என்ன ஆகும், குரு மேலேயே தப்பு வந்துடும் நமக்கு. அவர் சரியா டீச் பண்ணலன்னு சொல்லுவோம், அவருக்கு டீச் பண்ற தெரியலன்னு கூட சொல்லுவோம். பட் அர்ஜுன் அப்படி சொல்றானா? Because he accepted that Lord Krishna as his Guru. So since I am that devotee, Sishya of the Lord Krishna, my Guru never go wrong. Because what is Shreyas for me to give, that alone is his job. Therefore, அவர் எப்பவுமே தப்பு சொல்ல மாட்டாரு. பகவான் நீங்கள் அப்படி கன்ஃபியூஸ் பண்ணுற மாதிரி இருக்கு எனக்கு என்ன. அங்கேயே வினயம் தெரியறது. அதனால் குரு கிட்ட போய் நீங்கள் ஏன் இப்படி சொல்லு చెప్పి அங்கேயே கிளாஸ்லேயே வி ஷுட் நாட் ரைஸ் அவர் ஐப்ரோஸ். Some students, they raise the eyebrows in the front of the teacher itself. என்னமோ she is not teaching properly. As though they understood everything. வரதே irregular classes-க்கு, புரியறதே அவளை கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம். ஏன்னா கொஞ்சம் கிளாஸுக்கு வந்த உடனே as though they think. I don't want to criticize anybody. Where are the loopholes? What are all places we commit mistakes? Another students நம்ம ஏன்னா இது சொல்லலைன்னா நம்ம மனசு அங்கே பிளாக் ஆகிடும் அந்த டைமில். இஃப் ஐ ரைஸ் மை ஐப்ரோஸ் at one point, not allowing this teaching further. I raise my eyebrows means what? Doubt. I am not able to accept that statement, particular statement of the teacher. And immediately I put my eyebrows like this. And means what? Stuck in artham. Stuck means what? That later portion will not enter. You have blocked your intellect not to enter. But the teaching is going on. I have stopped to receive. Who is the loser? Student. That's why never raise the eyebrows in front of the teacher in the class. I do not know, maybe she's right. Give the benefit of doubt to the teacher. Let her correct, let her reconcile in the next class. Otherwise, I correct myself as a student. I may understand better in the next class. This is one of the biggest drawback on the part of the student where we stop our growth. That's why with a smiling face, I go on listening, looking at my teacher and listening. I should not doubt my teacher. It is one of the important qualifications for a sincere student. Very, very difficult. Maintaining this type of thinking is difficult. Not so easy. ஏன்னா நம்ம இன்டலெக்ட் உடனே வந்து இட் ஷோஸ் இட்ஸ் ஈகோன்னு உடனே வில் ரைஸ் அவர் ஐப்ரோஸ். புரியலன்னா கூட ஐப்ரோஸ் ரைஸ் பண்ண மாட்டோம், புரிஞ்சாலும் கூட ஐப்ரோஸ் ரைஸ் பண்ண மாட்டோம். அது வேற ப்ராப்ளம். Sometimes you understand nicely, you will not raise your eyebrows. Sometimes you don't understand anything. There is no need of raising also. இந்த ரெண்டும் கட்டாயம் புரியும், கொஞ்சம் புரியும், ஃபுல்லாக புரியாமலும் இருக்காது, கொஞ்சம் புரியவும் புரியாது டோட்டலாக. அதுதான் ப்ராப்ளம். எப்படி என்ன ஏன்னா அந்த கிளாஸ் அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு 4 வாட்டி 5 வாட்டி 10 வாட்டி ஆயிடுச்சு நினச்சிக்கோங்களேன். இம்பார்ட்டண்ட் டாபிக் நடக்கும்போது ஒரு வெரி இம்பார்ட்டண்ட் டீப் சப்ஜெக்ட் இஸ் கோயிங் ஆன். If my intellect come all the time like blocks like this, no, it stops. What will happen? I lose a lot of teaching, and by that time 10 years over, where am I? Onnum puriyave illa. Many times you have blocked your intellect, you have just stopped to receive the teaching. These are all happening without our knowledge. You deliberately you don't do. That is why many people, those who have studied some books here and there and they come to class, ரொம்ப தகராறு. கிளாஸில் டீச்சருக்கே கஷ்டம். ஏன்னா ஆல்ரெடி ரிட்டன் போர்டு, தட் மைண்ட் இஸ் ஆல்ரெடி ரிட்டன் சம்திங். அதெல்லாம் எடுக்கிறதுக்குள்ள டீச்சருக்கு போதும். A teacher can write on the empty board, not already scribbled board, no scribbling, no done. On that board, no teacher can write. That's why don't read this, that and books here and going here and there and keeping confusions lot and sitting in the class means you. That's a public classes, no, coming to the classes just like that, listening means nothing will enter. You don't get anything tail and head. Edi head, edi tail theriyadu. இப்படி புரியாமலே she is above head ன்னு சொல்லுவான். The teaching is above head. அசல் ஹெட்ல போனதேனா அது ஏன் போகும், எப்படி போவோம்னா போவே போகாது. ஏன் இவ்வளவு வரைக்கும் சொல்றேன்னா அர்ஜுனா மைண்ட்ல ஏன் அந்த மாதிரி சந்தேகம் வருதுன்னா இப்படியெல்லாம் நடக்கும். ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் மைண்ட்ல இந்த மாதிரி இருந்தா இந்த கொஸ்டின்ஸ் எல்லாம் வந்துடும் சொல்றதுக்காக தான் ஐ எம் டெல்லிங். But one plus point என்னன்னா, Arjuna is giving the benefit of doubt to the teacher. எனக்கு புரியல சரியா ஒத்துக்கிட்டார் அவரு இல்லையா. வியாமிஸ்ரேணேவ இவ, as though confusing. வியாமிஸ்ரேண means விசேஷேண மிஸ்ரிதம் இவ, through seemingly conflicting, contradicting. Vyamishrena means contradictory. It appears as though contradictory. Because you said knowledge is superior and you are asking me to do action. What is the problem, Arjuna's problem? Bhagavan onnu nenichu sonnaru, Arjuna onnu nenichu, he is thinking one way. This karma and knowledge for one person, Arjuna thought. Lord Krishna said, this knowledge is from one person, karma is for another person. Certain qualifications irundha avanukku da knowledge, self knowledge patti he has to take that path, self knowledge. If he is not fit, not having that qualification, he has to take karma. He is keeping two adhikaris in his mind, he is addressing. What? Buddhi yoga and karma yoga. Arjuna keeping the one person, taking the two sadhanas for one person. Lord Krishna keeping two people in the mind, two sadhanas he is keeping in the mind. Arjuna taking the two sadhanas, karma yoga, buddhi yoga for one person. Puridara enge problem ipo? That's what he is going to clear in the third sloka. So Arjuna's confusion is what? He has taken this buddhi yoga and karma yoga, either one you can tell me. What he says? Ekam vada nischitya. எனக்கு எது நல்லதோ சொல்லு, புத்தி யோகமா கர்மமா, ஏதோ ஒன்னு சொல்லு. புத்தி யோகம் சுப்பீரியர் அர்ஜுனா, டூ கர்மா அனு சொல்றியே. எனக்கு புத்தி யோகம் இஸ் குட்டா ஆர் கர்மயோகம் குட்டா, ஏதோ ஒன்னு சொல்லுனா. That's what he says. தது ஏகம் வத நிச்சித்ய. ஏகம் tell me, one வத tell me, நிச்சித்யா definitely, by ascertaining this is the best for Arjuna for you, you do this, அப்படி சொல்லு. அப்படிலாம் சொல்லாமலே ஞான யோகா இஸ் சுப்பீரியர் therefore you do karma அப்படி சொல்லக்கூடாது. அர்ஜுனா நீ இப்படி பண்ணப்பா, இதுதான் அவனுக்கு நல்லதுன்னு சொல்லக்கூடாதோ, அப்படி சொல்லல பகவான். அவர் ரொம்ப மிஸ்டிவஸ். என்ன சொல்றாரு, எல்லாம் பகவான் ஞானின்னு பிரைஸ் பண்ணி, ஸ்தித பிரக்னன் பிரைஸ் பண்ணி, வைஸ் பர்சன், வைஸ் பீப்புள் நெவர் கிரீவ், அதெல்லாம் சொல்லி யூ ஃபைட் அர்ஜுனா சொன்னா எப்படி இருக்கும்? அர்ஜுனா திஸ் இஸ் குட் ஃபார் யூ, யூ டூ திஸ் ஒன் சொல்லக்கூடாதோ, அப்படி சொல்லல. அப்படி அவர் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தா இவருக்கு எனக்கு டவுட்டே வராது. எப்படியோ வந்ததே டவுட். therefore அர்ஜுனா, லார்ட் கிருஷ்ணா ப்ளீஸ் give me one, ஏகம் வத நிச்சித்ய, எது டெஃபினெட்லி ஸ்ரேயா ஏன ஸ்ரேயா ஆப்னுயாம், give one among these two, ஏதோ ஒன்னு எனக்கு சொல்லணும். புத்தி யோகமா கர்மயோகமா, எது பண்ணணுமோ எனக்கு சொல்லு. by following which, ஏன, by following either karma or by following either jnanam, sreyaha apnuyam, I will get moksha. Sreyaha means best in my life, good in my life, that is that moksha. I'll get that by taking one. You tell me that definitely, இப்பவே டிசைட் பண்ணிக்கோ, நல்லா டிட்டர்மின் பண்ணி சொல்லணும், யோசிச்சு சொல்லு, தொந்தரப்படி சொல்லாது. You take your own time and tell me later. I am not in a hurry. அப்புறம் யோசிக்காமல் சொல்லி இல்ல இல்ல அர்ஜுனா இது இல்ல அப்படி அதுன்னு சொல்லக்கூடாது. பாருங்க, the student நிச்சித்யவதா, that means take your own time. ஒரு வாரம் ஆனா கூட பரவாயில்ல, நெக்ஸ்ட் வீக் சொன்னாலும் கூட பரவாயில்ல, tell me. நெக்ஸ்ட் வீக் வரைக்கும் வேண்டாம் அர்ஜுனா, இப்பவே சொல்றேன். ஸ்ரீ பகவானுவாச்ச லோகேஸ்மின் த்விவிதா நிஷ்டா पुरा प्रोक्ता मया नघ ज्ञानयोगेन सांख्यानाम् कर्मयोगेन योगिनाम्। Shri Bhagavanuvacha. Now Lord Krishna is answering. Lord Krishna said, he is addressing Arjuna, Anagha. Agha means papam. Anagha means the one who is free from papa. Hey Arjuna, sinless one, unblemished one. That means Upadesha Yogyavan. You are the qualified one for teaching. You have Yogyata because you are not having sin. If you have sin, you are not having qualification to listen this Shastra. You are listening this Moksha Shastra means you are qualified. Why you are qualified? You are Anagha. You are sinless. Hey Anagha. Asmin loke, asmin means in this loke, world. Dvividha nishtha, dvividha means two, nishtha, disciplines or lifestyles. One is action, one is knowledge. Maya prokta, said by me in the previous chapter, Pura, Purva Adhyaye. In the previous chapter is said by me, these two lifestyles, for Sankyanam Jnana Yogena Mokshaha, Yoginam Karma Yogena Mokshaha is said by me. For two types of people, lifestyles of people, for Sankhyas Jnana Yoga, for Yogis Karma Yoga. What is this Sankhyas and Yogis? That we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.